Hey, hello and welcome. It has truly been a minute since I have made another video. Well, I have been a bit busy. So to get straight into it, I received a question or on one of the comments on one of the videos. Um, AJ Kumar has, asked about, this video, learning lots of things. He wanted to know if it's possible to get email notifications when we close an Azure Sentinel incident. All right. So just AJ, look, I did have respond to it. I don't know if you've received the response, but look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this video, and yeah, hopefully you can learn a couple of things. To answer your question, yes and no. Not immediately when an incident is closed. I will do some research into that because I don't know, or my knowledge for Zero Sentinel is not that extensive. So I will be doing some research and then possibly coming back to you. But the way that I do know offhand is like this. You see, it starts off with with the query over here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create an analytic rule, right, that checks between now and the last, 10 minutes, right, just to see which incidents were actually closed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run that. Okay, and cool, there we can see this is one that I intentionally closed for, the display purposes of this video. All right. So we've got one over there. Now, let's just say, for instance, imagine we set this up, we go into our analytics and we create, analytic specifically just for that. So, yeah, and it's going to be on a schedule. All right. So, I would say, let me just put just test alert. I'm going to put over there for the sake of the description, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be the query that you just saw that we just created. All right. We don't need to map any entities. If you want to, you can. Um, and we can say, well, we'll run this every what? Um, oops. We'll run this every 5 minutes. Yeah, well, 5 minutes. And then, it will, create this alert rule, blah, blah, blah. It'll check it out for, the data for you can even look up data from the last 5 minutes. You can set it, that's really what's important. And then based on you know, the analytic that you're just creating, that you can actually, set a playbook to run, or, of course, in this case, an automation rule. Um, yeah, and you should, so when that automatically triggers, it can create a playbook for you. Sorry, it can trigger a playbook or, automation rule for you. All right. In this case, I've set it to post a message to a Teams channel. What we could also do is we could just have it, send an email as displayed in one of the other videos as well. So to answer your question, yeah, that's the way that I would do it. I would simply just look up the data for the last couple of let's just go back here. I would look up the data for the last 5 minutes to see which incidents have been closed. This is one way of doing it. All right. As mentioned before, I will come back to you guys to see if I can find anything out. I'll probably comment on this video or put it in the description. But yeah, just to make things very easy, we've set up an analytic like this that is in conjunction with an automation rule based on, whatever is over here, whatever incident you wanted to trigger upon, or any incident for that matter. And it's going to, create, it's going to trigger a playbook that's either going to post to Teams or it's going to be sending you emails. Remember, if it's, for every incident that's closed and you've got a very busy environment, it's probably going to um, close. It's going to be sending you a whole bunch of notifications, and you don't really want that because that's a lot of computing power, it's a lot of processing power, and that is also a lot of strain on your workspace. So that's why I've opted to post, for Teams channel. But look, to each his own. Whatever environment that you're working for, you might have that, some sort of requirement. If you want emails, in one of the previous videos, I've also sent, I had emails sent. But yeah, you know, um, so yeah, so once it posts, it notifies you that, an incident has been closed. Well, that is pretty much it. If there are any other questions, please feel free to comment below. And yeah, leave a like. Peace.